Welcome back everyone to our Making It Fun career mode series in NASCAR Heat 3. Today's video should be very interesting because of the truck race we're going to be running. We're going to be headed to Bristol in the final regular season race in our truck season. But before we get to that, let's go into ownership mode here and prepare for our race in Jefferson in the Extreme Dirt Tour. You can see in the Extreme Dirt Tour where we have completed 10 of the 14 races this season and are in 12th place in the points. And in the Camping World Truck Series, we've completed 15 of the 23 races. So we still have several races to go, but nearly all of those will be inside the playoffs themselves. And it shows us in 6th position. That would be in points. If you look at the playoff positioning, it's a little bit different. So let's go ahead and take a quick glance at that. Let's see, let's do standings. And then let's get to the playoff standings. And you can see that we are currently tied for first with Ben Rhodes. Each of us have 3 wins and each of us have 20 playoff points. So we're in very good shape as far as the playoffs are concerned. So let's head back out to the main menu and let's prepare for Jefferson. Okay, we'll come in under adjust the work plan. Of course, we know we're headed to a road course. So we'll get our road course chassis and we will load it up as best we can. And then after that, we'll be headed to Taggart and then Charlotte. So Taggart is a normal style of track. So we'll go ahead and get prepared for that. We'll let Jake, Stella, and Andrew take care of everything there. So we'll back out, start the work plan. And now our road course chassis is at a 99, 96, and 97. So that is exactly what we are interested in. Let's go ahead and simulate this race. We'll choose our road course chassis. And we come home 9th. Okay, I mean, 8th to 11th seems, or a 12th seems to be our sweet spot here, regardless of what we do. So we'll take a 9th place, and that's another $12,224. And of course, 12 fans. We'll take all the fans we can get. We have completed our incentive contract. That's another $1,438. We'll certainly take that. Let's see. Yeah, looks like we're going to have some bad feedback. So apparently this is just so randomized and not good. I am not a fan of these random negative feedback that we get from not even racing. Wow. Okay. All right. So now that takes care of that. We've got another $12,000 that we've been able to pick up, and it's time for Bristol. Let's get prepared for this race. This ought to be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and adjust our work plan. We now have 4 chassis as we have purchased a road course chassis, which we'll be needing very soon. So let's hop back on our, let's see, let's get Jillian on engine. And on aero, let's go ahead and get Harrison. And then suspension, we will put Mark on that one. And then we'll come down to our road course chassis and get it prepared, or at least the beginnings of the preparation for our very first playoff race in the truck series. So I think we're in good shape here. We're not going to hire any more employees right now. We'll go ahead and start that work plan, and let's see what kind of short track chassis we're going to have. Short track in bay number 2, 90, 95, and 90, exactly what we were expecting. So that means I didn't mess anything up when I was assigning employees. And then bay 4 is our road course chassis, which is underway on its preparation. So now all of that out of the way, let's head to Bristol. All right, it is race time here at Bristol, and we are on the pole. That came as a little bit of a surprise to me. Wasn't expecting to be quite that fast. I was thinking that we would have needed a fully upgraded car in order to be quite that fast. But here we are on the pole. Let's see what we've got.
Ready, green, set, let's go. We've got one outside now.
Let's see what kind of race pace we've got
Clear all around.
and what kind of handling we've got overall in this car. We got a 27 lap initial stint, and then we'll see how things go. We're already pulling away from these guys. All right, car's handling quite nicely right now. Tried out something a little bit different on the setup than what I posted on the channel. I'm always playing around with setups whenever I have time, even at tracks where I already have setups, just trying some different things. And there's no right way or wrong way to do a setup. There's a whole lot of different styles and ways of doing them, so I like to play around with that from time to time whenever I have a few moments. Bristol is one of those tracks that I really enjoy, so it's not hard to find the motivation to run laps at Bristol. Alright, and right now our car is driving really nicely. Of course, we're off the pace of a fully upgraded car, thank goodness, or it'd be even worse on the speed between us and the AI, but the car is handling quite nice.
Wow, that's fast.
I prefer to run the bottom here at Bristol simply because most of the time that keeps me out of the most of the traffic. Most of the time you'll find the AI running that high groove or just a groove below that, so that frees up the bottom of the track, and if I can get my car to handle down there, I should be in good shape. And so far, so good. We'll see what happens as we start to get into some lap traffic. And that lap traffic will be here very shortly. We have about 18, I think, laps left in this stage. Let's see how many of these cars we're going to put a lap down.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Clear all around. All right, now you're clear.
Alright, so far so good. They're giving me enough room, and I'm trying to give them enough room.
Top lane straight here. Use it if you need it. Top lane straight. Still there. Track's all yours, bud. You're clear. All clear.
Alright, so there's the first group of lap traffic out of the way. And now we're coming in on about halfway through this first stage. And we are up to, looks like 26th is the next position.
Coming to the cross flag. Halfway this time.
Yeah, there we go, halfway. And 26th will be the next position that we'll put a lap down. These guys are racing hard.
Careful. Still there. Clear
Hugging
all
that
around.
bottom as closely as I can.
All right, careful now. Still
Again, the
there.
last thing we
All right,
need
now
is to
you're
get
clear.
involved in a wreck. So I'm trying to give these guys plenty of room.
Stay on the bottom here for me. Careful, still there. All right, now you're clear. Last 10 laps. You got to focus here.
All right, 10 more to go in this particular stage.
Still there. Clear all around. Outside, outside. All right, now you're clear.
All right, there we go. We've lapped up into the top 20 now.
Need you to stay on the bottom right here. All right, careful now. Still there. Top lane's free here. Use it if you need it. Top lane's free. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. All clear, all clear.
Wow, we're going to be very close to the top 15 lapping.
Still there.
In fact, there's 15th right in
Clear
front
high.
of us.
Clear high.
We got several laps to go. Oh, look out. Mike Snyder got loose and came right down in front of us. Let's see if he's going to make this pass on the 20 truck. We'll give them a little bit of room. And I'll try to follow Snyder through.
All right, careful now. Still there. All clear. 5 laps to go. Stay on the bottom here for me. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
All right, he's not going to give us a whole lot of room to get by him. He's going to make it tough.
Careful.
Ouch.
Still
And
there.
he gives us a little love tap.
You're all clear up top.
But we'll eventually make the pass. This place is one of the toughest places to do any passing. There's just so little room on entry and exit to get your car positioned. It's hard to run side by side, even if you're faster than the guy you're trying to pass.
Careful. Still there. A couple more turns. 2 more. 2 to go.
Wow, we are going to make it all the way up to
Top lane's free.
almost
Use it if you need it.
the top
Top
10
lane's free.
in this first stage. So it's a good thing this race isn't any longer than it is. Because if this stage were much longer, we would be lapping into the top 10.
All right, let's go. 1 lap. White flag is out. Stay low. Stay low. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. All right, now you're clear.
All right, coming up on Nemechek, put him down a couple of laps now. And there we go. So we get a stage victory here at Bristol. And we needed to update the stage points for all those guys in the top 10 because it was showing zeros. But I believe next time it scrolls through there, it might get them updated. So we lapped up nearly to the top 10. There we go. Updates the points finally. So Matt Crafton having a very good run. Let's see, estimated fuel 110 laps and laps remaining 73. So it looks like we're good to go on that. We will not be pitting before stage 2. Looks like nobody pitted that I'm aware of. Not that I remember seeing anyway.
Be ready here. Car outside. Hold your line here. Hold the wheel.
All right, let's see what these guys have for us here in stage number 2. All right, and so far it doesn't look like they have anything for us, which is basically what I was expecting. But every once in a while, these guys will get stronger as the race goes on, as we've seen in some previous videos. Yeah, I did not expect to be this fast with this car. I mean, I know we've got a 90, 95, and 90 car on strength, but that's still quite a bit from all 100s, a fully upgraded car. I figured that strength of our car would be enough to slow us down sufficiently, but turns out I was very wrong about that.
Excellent lap. Good job.
All right, so 18 more laps here in this particular stage. And we'll try to pick up that all-important stage point. In fact, this could be what propels us into the #1 points position overall. Headed into the playoffs, that's a very nice place to be. We'll have plenty of playoff points to help us out, because who knows what we're going to get at the road course in race #1. Alright, here we go. Almost to the back of the lap traffic. We've reached the back of the field. It does not take long at Bristol.
Car there is on the outside. Outside. Clear all around.
One of the biggest things that you need at Bristol is you need security coming off the corner. You need to be able to get in the throttle and not have to worry about spinning out. And right now I have loads of that in this car. I'm able to put the throttle down without any worries about getting loose or anything. So that is a very, very nice position to be in at Bristol.
Careful now, still there. All right, clear outside.
All right, poor Nemechek. Joe Nemechek is now, I think that's 3 laps for him. You can tell where the money goes on that team. It all goes into that 8 truck. As you would expect, because that's his son driving that, so he's...
Stay low. All right, careful now, still there.
He's putting all the resources he's got into that car. And hopefully it's going to pay off with John Hunter getting a good ride in the future in the Xfinity Series and then finally in Cup.
Still there. All right, now you're clear.
All right, we're certainly not going to make it as far into the field as we did in Stage 1, in part because this is a little bit shorter stage than what we were dealing with in the first one, I think. I can't remember for sure how many laps there are. I basically forget about what lap we're on during the race. I'm so focused on getting into the corner like I need to, and then getting through the center and off the corner. Without hitting any other trucks. And so I don't spend a lot of time worrying about what lap times I'm running or what lap we're on.
Top lane's free here. Use it if you need it. Top lane's free.
Alright, so Jennifer Jo Cobb's going to run a little bit lower line. Wait a minute, 13th? Wow. Okay, did not realize we were quite that far forward.
now you're clear. Stay low, stay low. All right, careful now, still there. All clear, all clear.
All right, now we're back into some open traffic. Now we're looking a little bit more like I thought we would see, because there's 17th Gilliland right in front of us.
Careful, still there. Clear all around.
That's pretty much what I had expected to see in here, but there is Moffitt right
Car there is on the outside.
right there. Didn't expect to see him getting put a lap down. 2 more laps. So for these guys in the back half of the top 20, this is getting put down a second
Still
lap.
there. Track's all yours, bud. You're clear. All clear.
So we're going to have a lot of lap traffic as we continue on, particularly in that third stage. So we'll go ahead and finish off stage number 2. And there we go. So we'll bring home the stage 2 victory. Again, not exactly what I was looking for. That's a great result, but not the way we wanted to get it. But that's what this series is all about. Learning what we need to do going forward as far as the strength of the field and just how strong we want our car to be. So it certainly looks like whenever we come back to Bristol in, let's see, lap remaining. Okay, yeah, we'll just stick with this. We will not pit because we've got plenty of fuel. We could pit for tires, but I think we're going to be fine on tires, so we're not going to worry too much about that. We'll go ahead and decide not to pit, and then we will move on with it. I didn't really pay attention to whether or not anybody else was pitting. It's really crazy for them not to, because there are so few cars on the lead lap. You really don't have much to lose by pitting. So even if we had pitted there, I think the worst we would have gone back to was like 11th or 12th as the last car on the lead lap. So really not much to lose if you're on the lead lap. All right, so an even 100 laps will make up the total race distance, and you can see we are just past halfway. I do enjoy how the stages are broken down. They give you those opportunities at the beginning of the race for a couple of quick stages, and then they basically set things up for the end of the race and let you run the last half of the race without any stage breaks. So I like that breakdown. I think that works out well. So you keep some excitement at the first of the race and the first half of the race in general, and then hopefully in real life, I know they're hoping that all of the fans will stick around for the end of the race to see how everything finishes up, especially given how hectic things have been in these races where you'll routinely seem to have cars that dominate the first couple of stages, first half of the race, only to fall by the wayside in the last stage for any number of reasons. So I know NASCAR likes that, because that certainly keeps you guessing as to who's going to finish where until the very end. Man, this setup, I'm really liking this. I mentioned earlier that this thing is driving very well. It's really good off the corner in that I can get back hard to the gas without worrying about spinning it out or getting incredibly tight. So that part's going well, but man, I did not expect it to go quite this well. I may have to share this one with you guys as well, and just sort of do a follow-up Bristol video and give another option for a setup and see which one you guys like best for your own uses. All right, 34 laps to go. So we are 2/3 of the way through this race right now.
Careful, still there. All right, now you're clear.
And that's what I like to see. These lap cars are using the extreme high side. That gives us plenty of room on the bottom. So we can let the car slide up the track a little bit and diamond the corner.
Top lane straight. All right, clear outside.
Really don't have to use much of any brake at this track if you don't want to. There, as always, are many different ways of driving the course. But if you want to lift early, you can actually go through these corners and never touch the brake pedal. In fact, that's what you're seeing me do quite a bit right now.
You got all the room you need. You're clear.
If I touch the brake pedal at all, it is very quickly and very minor.
Still there. Clear all around.
Not hard on the brakes at all. And I'm talking about maybe 10% brake pedal at most. So minor braking. It's almost, with the braking here, it's almost to the point of just being part of your rhythm to get on the brakes just really quickly as a way to hold your rhythm, and not even really so much about the handling or the speed. All right, these guys are running side by side.
Hold this line here.
See if we can squeak our way by these guys without too much trouble.
Clear high. Clear high.
There we go. All right, now these guys are trying to get 3 wide. That's certainly not going to help our case. But we're going to be patient here. Really no reason not to. Let's take a quick glance at the leaderboard and just see where these guys are running. All right, so the nearest competitor is 5 seconds back. And then it jumps to 7 seconds back at the back end of the top 5. Okay, so not bad. Just wanted to see what we were looking at as far as how far we could lap up into the field as this race continues, with this being the longest stage. And if we don't get any caution flags, we're going to put a lot of cars a lap down. No question about that. So it looks like Justin Haley right now in second is staying right around that 5-second mark. All right, I think that's what we needed to know. So 7 seconds back for the top 5. I would certainly expect, based on the way things have been going thus far, that we'll make it up into the top 10 this time.
Still there. All clear.
And who knows, we might make it to the top 5 if they get hung up in some lap traffic, which is certainly possible.
Stay on the bottom here for me.
Because all this lap traffic we're fighting our way through, they're going to have to do the same thing.
Need you to stay on the bottom right here. Still there. Clear high. Clear high.
He was telling me, the spotter was telling me right there that that car was still there, and I had passed him well before that. So again, they got to update these spotters and make them more useful. Because if you're going to tell me a guy's still out there, it would be nice if it was at least close. I'm actually okay with him telling me that the guy's still out there if he's not quite there, but he's looking or something like that. That I could live with, because then I could make my own decisions. But as far off as the spotter is on some of these calls, that is just no good. We try to give Mosley a little bit of room here. He looks to be a little erratic right now on the track. He's going from the middle to the bottom, back to the middle, swerving all over the place. All right, now it looks like he's calmed down a little bit, but he is not wanting to give us the bottom, which is perfectly fine.
Stay low, stay low.
We'll eventually work our way by him. Oh, and we got a caution flag out. Okay, so we got 17 laps remaining. Of course, we're not going to pit here. No reason to pit. Unless we wanted to add some excitement to it by seeing how far we could get starting from the back. I look like I see some smoke back there in my rear view mirror from some of one of these trucks, which would be odd. And it would be nice if they would pull off the track if they're going to be having mechanical issues. Whoever that was is probably the person who brought out the caution. Oh my goodness, look at here. All right, let's see see what's going to happen here. I don't know what's going on here, but they are going very slow. All right, so the 49 truck is in serious trouble, but then you see the limitations of the AI because they're not passing him, or at least not quickly. They're getting stuck behind him. Go ahead and give it a little gas in the center of the corner. Try to get underneath that car and get position. Man, would I love to have access to some more paint schemes in the career mode rather than this bland paint scheme that we're working on right now. And we're basically forced to use. Now, we can change the colors around, obviously. But we can't really change the scheme.
Still there.
Which is unfortunate. Also, it would be nice to have some more sponsors on the car.
Stay low, stay low. Still there.
It'd be nice to have some opportunities for more sponsors throughout the season rather than just choosing a primary sponsor at the beginning of the season. It'd be nice to have some secondary sponsors and so on.
Got one down low now. Got one down
low. Oh, look out. All right, Justin Haley gets by us. So we didn't get through lap traffic there as good as we needed to, and this is what I was hoping for. This is what I was hoping for. These guys to make a run on us here at the end of the race in stage 3. So let's see if we can track him down. Otherwise, we'll finish second.
Clear all around.
Yeah, where was he earlier in the race? My goodness. All right, can we get back to the inside? We're going to sail it in here.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
We're going to force him to make a decision about whether or not he's going to give us room. That's for sure.
5 to go. You got this.
We're not going to let him get by with this without a fight. I saw him coming up behind me, but I wasn't for sure that that was him. But I knew if it was him, then that was going to be for a position. But again, no sense in really blocking him because don't want to take a chance of wrecking. We're in good position anyway. No sense in ruining that.
Stay low. Still there. All right, now you're clear.
All right, I don't see him in my rear view now, so it looks like he's gotten caught up on some of that lap traffic. But he had a nice little burst of speed.
Still there. All right, now you're clear. A couple more turns.
All right, 2 more laps. And again, I don't really see him coming behind us, so it looks like it's smooth sailing, but you just never know. We get held up here by one of these lap trucks. Might be a different story. A little love tap from Timmy Hill there.
White flag is out. Careful, still there. Clear high.
We'll consider that a congratulatory tap. as we are on the final corners of the last lap. And we're going to bring it home. So after a minor scare there toward the end of the race, we managed to bring home the victory. So that is another sweep of the race weekend for us, taking stage 1, stage 2, and then the overall victory as well. Let's go ahead and work our way through. Let's see, so 11th place was a lap down. Kind of wanted to see how far up we had lapped. Okay, so it looks like the top 10 were on the lead lap, and then that was it. Okay. Wow, $54,780 for that particular race. And then, of course, our other payouts. And look at that merch payout. $49 now. We are killing it on the merch payout. That takes our bank total up to $96,186. And oh, look at the replay there. You can see where Wendell Chavis just did not go at all. Okay, so it shows us as far as regular season points, we are in 3rd position. Brett Moffitt having a great year, he's well ahead in points. But as we work our way through these final screens, we'll take home the big trophy here in Bristol. Unfortunately, they don't give you the exact trophies like they use in real life, because it'd be nice to go to Martinsville and get a grandfather clock and that kind of thing. All right, so we will certainly take that. We had the fastest lap, no surprise, given how much we dominated that race, leading 98 of 100 laps. Ouch. A very Jeff Burton performance there, you might say. All right, so we have made it to the playoffs. Thank you very much. That screen scared me to death in NASCAR Heat 2 every time they showed it. This time, a little bit better. So we pick up 30 fans in addition to the victory and our nice purse. And we got another message.
Congratulations on making the Truck Series playoffs. Good luck.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Congratulations to us from Johnny Sauter. You made the Camping World Truck Series playoffs. Thank you, sir. It looked like Johnny Sauter. Wow, that's the first that we've interacted with him, I think, this season in the Twitter feed.
Congratulations on making it to the playoffs. The real season starts now.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Stuart Friesen. Looks like they just sort of sequestered him in his trailer for probably about 30 minutes one day and had him record all of these back to back. That's kind of the way it appears. So Austin Wayne Self, congratulations on a clean and professional win. Thank you very much, sir. And then, let's see, what does Josh have to say? That was great. A good clean race at Bristol and an amazing win by Neil Pitler. Thank you very much. Jordan Anderson. Similar thoughts. I love it. I love it. I really like Jordan Anderson. I would like to paint my truck to look similar to Jordan Anderson. I really like the look of his. All right, so let's see what is next on the agenda for the dirt cars. All right, so incentive contract, well, this is no good. I don't know. Well, the 2 top 10s we've got a shot at with these simulations, and we're certainly not going to get any victories, and I doubt we'll get top 5s if history is any indication. So we'll choose the easy one and get very little of any payout. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. And that will do it for today's video. We're going to end it up by taking a quick look at the standings. And okay, so now we've got, let's go instead and look at the playoff grid. There we go. So we are ready for the round of 8 in the playoffs. And you can see we're going to start this round out at plus 21. Brett Moffitt at plus 17. So both of us are in really good shape. Justin Haley and Harrison Burton definitely have some work to do. Thank you very much for joining me. And stay tuned as we will continue our career mode series in NASCAR Heat 3.